you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up, man?
Bless, bless, bless. How you
What's
doing?
going on, man? So I see you kind of having like the same issues that you run into with everybody that comes on the show, not knowing their cost per mile, not knowing like their expenses, their overhead. So I definitely
Mhm.
wanted to make sure that was something that I took care of before coming on here, not trying to look stupid.
Smart man.
Yeah, man. But there's still like, so my MC just got activated this past Tuesday.
Mm.
Picked up my truck from Budget Wednesday,
You rented
and
a
then
truck?
yeah, renting.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I'm probably calling 20 to 30 shippers and brokers a day. Just say, we can't work with you. We can't work with you. I'm just trying to figure out how to get over that hurdle. Like, my game plan right now is I'm trying to be regional, trying to get home if I can at night. That's not, mandatory.
Mm.
But just for my situation right now, it is.
What's your situation?
I'm trying to be home with family.
You know what? You knew what trucking involved before you got into it, though, right?
For sure, for sure. I know that there's also possibilities between OTR, regional, or local. They can all work. And obviously, the more you drive, the more you make. I get that.
Mm.
But even if I do go OTR, most of these shippers and brokers just aren't working with me.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Your
Yeah,
authority isn't it? Your authority isn't aged.
yeah.
Let me ask you a question. How old are you?
28.
Figured.
Why?
You just fit the everything you told me just fits the mold. Fits the mold.
Yeah,
Everybody
but I
that's
mean,
in your age range, they have
yeah,
the same story. It's like a carbon cut copy. You know what a Xerox machine is?
no.
I figured that. What about carbon copy? You know what a carbon
Yeah,
copy
yeah.
is?
I got you. Yeah,
So
I
you
get
know
the
what a
gist.
you probably you don't- okay, well Xerox machine is like similar to a carbon copy, but it was like the new wave. So it was the carbon copy, then it was the Xerox machine. So carbon copy, Xerox machine, same thing. So you like a carbon cut copy of everyone else in your age range.
Yeah.
You want the world, but you don't want to work for it.
I mean, I'm not going to get into my specific family situation, but there's reasons why I can't go over the road right now to make more money.
Finding a local run. Well, let me ask you this: where are you?
I'm in Waterbury, Connecticut, so New England.
How close is New York?
Hour and a half. So that's where like a lot of the loads are coming out of, dropping off to.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
And I don't mind
You.
doing those loads, but a lot of them are just brokers that aren't taking me.
So let me ask you this: you said Waterford, Connecticut.
Waterbury
What's the population out there?
of this city, probably 100,000.
And what's the closest major city? Would it be
Hartford,
New York, Hartford? And what's
Hartford, yeah,
Hartford's
New York,
what's Hartford's population?
probably like 250, 300,000. That's the capital, but the closest big city definitely New York. Not too far from Boston. Um, that's really it.
Let's go over your business
Philadelphia,
plan. Let's go over your business plan. You mind emailing it to me real quick? I can look
sure.
over it.
It's just on paper. I'll just take a picture of it.
It's
It's
on
not
one sheet
no.
of paper.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Oh wow,
You think it
yeah.
should be longer?
Yeah. Let me see what it look like. Email it to me. We're gonna pull it up. We're gonna go over it so I can see
I
where.
mean, it's changed just over. I mean, that's definitely more than one piece of paper. I'm wrong. This just changed. Just
Uh,
hold on, let me
which
show
one
you.
is it? Which one is it? Was it one piece or is more than one piece?
Let me see
I'm
if I can
gonna put
flip the
my
camera.
I'm gonna put my email in the chat for you. You just take a picture and email it to me.
All right.
I'm gonna put my email in the chat.
I'm trying to figure out how to flip the camera.
No, don't flip the camera because you on the thing with me. So there go my email right there. I just put it in the chat. Just email it to me. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen. We're gonna go over it real quick.
I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna email it to you. It's all paper. Like I'm trying to show you like this.
I thought you was gonna take a
this is
picture of it.
how many times it's been revised, huh?
I thought you was gonna take a picture of it. Well, we're just what? All right. So what? How's it outlined? How's it outlined?
So the plan is to start with the rental truck, doing regional as much as
That's
I
not
can.
that's not a business plan. That's where you messed up at. You don't have a business plan. That's not a
Seriously,
business
what do you mean?
plan. You just reading me some ideas you got. That's them just like your thoughts and stuff. That's more like a journal.
I mean, it's not thoughts. It's what I'm currently doing.
Right, but a business plan is outlined.
I mean, I have the plan written down that changes.
All right, tell me what you got. Tell me what you got. Tell me what you got. I'm gonna take my hat off for this, man.
Yeah, the plan is to keep running this regional right now, right? Until I have enough saved that I can put either a down payment or just buy my own box truck outright. Keep running that as my MC. Obviously, throughout this time, my MC will be aged more, have more opportunities with more brokers. If I'm doing that with my own truck, eventually get a driver in it. While I have a driver in it, I can start learning the ropes of dispatching. I mean, I'm already dispatching myself, but having a driver, I could learn to dispatch for a driver and then scale that, start dispatching more drivers, however many I can handle, whether that's 3, 4, and then to hire more people with me to start dispatching with me and do a dispatch company. But the reason I'm starting driving myself is because I've already been driving for years myself, whether that be FedEx, Amazon, things like that. But I just want to learn the ropes of OTR regional myself, like hands-on. So I'm not just trying to dispatch drivers, not knowing what they're actually doing on the ground.
That's your business plan?
Yes, sir.
It's not a business plan.
Okay. I mean, I came on the show for help. So if you have
so the first thing you need to do is you need to do a business plan. The reason why is because if you would have did a business plan, a lot of the things that I know that you're struggling with and that you are going to struggle with, some of the struggles that you don't even know are lie in front of you, you would have known a lot of this stuff if you'd have done a business plan. One thing is your market. That's why I asked you where you at. You're in a small market. If you would have did a business plan, one of the bullet points that you put into a business plan, one of the bullet points that will go into a business plan is your market analysis. This is where you would go and study your market to be able to create a market analysis.
Yeah, so, I can honestly say that starting this, I started with the DAT free trial, right? So for 30 days straight, I'm looking at the load board. Obviously, I can't book anything, but I'm looking at what's coming in and out of my area. So from the looks of that, it shows that there's a lot coming in and out. That doesn't show what you can obviously get.
A lot coming in and out of where?
Connecticut. Like within 100 miles of me, I set.
What's out? What do you see on average outbound daily coming out of Connecticut?
250. But today it says 60, so that's
60 loads.
Today is 60 loads. Usually it's been 250 though, and this
that's
is the
not
first
a lot.
time I've seen 60.
That's not a lot.
That's not a lot.
No.
Okay.
You think it's less than 250 truckers in that area?
Oh no, obviously not. No.
All right, so 250 ain't nothing. It's states with thousands of loads.
Yeah.
I live in one of them. 250 ain't nothing. I did a live stream the other day. It was almost 200 people in the live stream.
Yeah.
So well, you so now you competing for a minimal amount. So when it goes back to your business plan, the market analysis, you would have known all of this stuff. You've educated yourself
Yeah,
on
I
this.
mean,
So what I'm telling you is the lane that you want to run, you're not going to be able to run it in your market. It's just not a lot of, it's just the opportunity isn't there. So either way, you're going to have to move around. Connecticut isn't a big market for freight.
okay. So when you say move around, you mean OTR?
I mean, you don't necessarily have to go OTR, but you may have to go to New York. So now
Yeah.
you're crossing state lines. I don't know. And then once you go to New York, I don't know where you're going to have to go from there locally. That little whole tri-state area, you got New Jersey right there. You got Connecticut. You got New York. Where else do you got over there?
Jersey.
Help me out.
I think
Jersey, Connecticut, New York. It's Delaware.
Vermont.
Delaware
Yeah,
right
Delaware.
there. What about PA?
Yep. Yeah, it's right there.
So
But when I'm looking at the load board, these are the states that that I'm looking at loads for.
you
Like, I'm
want to
out
stay
of
local
Connecticut.
though. You want to stay local.
No, I didn't say that. I said
I thought you
regional.
said,
I'm just I live in Connecticut. When
but
I'm
you said
looking
you
at
want to come
loads,
home every night though, right?
yeah.
That's local.
If the loads are regional, but I'm back home. I mean, I just did one the other day
How long were you out?
out to
How many
Canaan.
hours? How many hours were you out?
That one, it didn't work out the way it was supposed to because the receiver didn't. They closed earlier than my rate con said they were going to close, so I actually had to stay overnight for that one. But had they been open at the right time that the rate con had it for, I would have been back. It would have been 10 hours on the road.
Now you see why I just said that's not local? Regional is not local. Regional is regional. Regional is not local. Regional is regional. That's why it's called regional, and that's why local is called local. Local is local. Regional is regional. Regional is not local. Because
Okay,
if
well, if you
regional,
can drive 250 miles,
because if regional was local, you wouldn't have had to spend the night. You may be able to do some regional runs and make it home, but then some days you may not. That's why it's not local. It's regional. When you leave out to go do a regional run, do you take a bag? Do you take a overnight bag with you?
I did. I mean, I should have this time, not knowing what I know now.
My point
But
exactly.
typically not.
Because
Yeah.
because there's no, you know, there will be some cases where you won't make it home. That's why it's not local. It's regional.
Yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice that. Obviously, going OTR is a commitment to not coming home to when you choose to come home. You know, if a mistake happens that I have to stay out, like it just did, that's okay. That's not. I don't want it to be an every night thing for me.
So first thing you need to do, I think you need to create a business plan so you know what's going on out here in these streets.
I hear you, man. You be
Um,
specific about that.
yeah, I got a business plan. I got a model for you to copy, but you got to actually put the information in. You got to do the work. So you can copy my model, and then you need to input, all the areas of that business plan, because the business plan that I got is tailored specifically for this. I've taken out all the stuff that you know doesn't is not based around trucking. So everything that
Okay.
you need to fill it in with your market analysis, competitive analysis, your mission statement, all that stuff, put it in there. And then when you're researching these different areas of the business plan, it's going to, give you the information that you need, which is what you don't have now. And that's why the conversation that me and you are having, we're speaking two different languages.
Okay.
Because this should have been done before you got started. It's not, it's not as simple as getting the truck, getting the authority, getting articles of incorporation and all that stuff, getting your truck and then going on a load board. I think a lot of people think it's just that simple. Then you just go get a load board and then you find a load and you run it. Nah, it's way more difficult than that. Because you thinking 250 is a lot. That's not a lot at all. That's nothing, to be honest with you. That's nothing. That's crumbs in the grand scheme of things. What does Connecticut produce? What do you guys manufacture?
Connecticut itself.
What's your commodity out there? Yeah, what's your commodity?
It's really the surrounding states like commodities. So like steel, like
so stop right there. You just answered your own question. So
yeah, there's not really anything in Connecticut.
Exactly. So it's no commodity. It's not industrial. There's nothing coming out of there. So you're gonna have to move around to New York, New Jersey, and if you want to stay as close to home as possible and try to find outbound stuff from over there, and then try to stay northeast, as close as home as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other opportunities, but Connecticut, I had someone that hit me up a while ago that bought a cargo van in Connecticut, and they did the same thing you did. Went out, got everything up and going, and then went to go search for work and couldn't find work and came to me, and I'm telling them the same thing I'm telling you. This is how I know about that market, because I already researched the market to know that nothing is there. This person, I couldn't even find local work for this person, curbside work. Everything was far, and then Hartford just didn't have the terminals. Everything for Connecticut, it seemed like it's being covered out of New York.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff that comes into that market is coming from out of New York and out of Jersey.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to probably work out of Jersey or New York.
Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to do that, but like I said, it's the same problem every time of I'm finding loads in that area.
Hit up TQL.
TQL, yeah, I actually just finished my carrier packet with them, and they sent it back to me saying that my W-9 didn't match. So I just resubmitted that, and hopefully that's.
What do you mean?
Tomorrow.
It didn't match your article of incorporation?
No, I don't. It says like right now it says you are not verified. Check pending.
And what was the reason they gave you?
It said W-9 did not match name. I think it's because in one slot I put my actual name, and in another slot I put my company name, and I think it was supposed to be one or the other. But I just resubmitted it.
Yes, get with TQL. I got a video in the members only that got some other companies that'll work with you with an authority under 90 days old. So you can check that video out. Hit up TQL.
Okay.
Yeah, but you said a lot of brokers don't want to work with you because you're less than a year, right?
Yeah, I'm here in 30 days, 60 days, 6 months.
So you want to write all of those down, and then you want to write the stipulation. So the 30-day ones, you want to put them in the 30-day category, 60 days. So when that time is up, you can start, onboarding with those companies.
Yeah. Do you know anything about some people, some of these brokers, when I'm calling them, they sound almost like they want to do it, and they're like, "Oh, I don't have that override button," as if at some point they did have an override button. So I'm hearing people say like I can't override it anymore. So is that something like I need to just be pressing them harder about? Like, hey, come on, do it.
The pandemic changed, man. A lot of people did a lot of bad things. So new carriers, that are new, just not getting no love out here because people made it bad for you.
Okay.
So
great.
Shout out to give me 1 second. Shout out to King. Appreciate that super chat. Last year I set a goal to hit 10K doing gig work on the side. I hit 14K, about to double that this year. Thank you for teaching me and motivating me through these lives. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Sweet.
Congratulations on that. You surpassed your goal. First thing you need to do, man, you need to go back to the drawing board, do that business plan, and you need to do a lot of research. The business plan is going to help you with the research. All the bullet points that I got that you need to do in the business plan is going to help you do the research. Everything that you need to research is going to be in that business plan. All right. And that's going to help you be a better business person going in. Right now, you just all over the place, bro. You don't know what you're doing.
Okay.
So I want to go in on you, but my head's starting to hurt right now. So
I
maybe
appreciate it.
if I, but yeah, you gotta, yeah, man, you going like, yeah, man, yeah. If you don't educate yourself, bro, you gonna get, and you rent a truck too.
Yeah, so I mean, I can't even afford to not get loads.
Wait, what made you get into this business, and why now? Why now in January?
I definitely did not do my research about the timing of it, so that's definitely my fault. But getting into the business itself, you could definitely want to say something about this. But so I've been a driver for like 5 years between FedEx and Amazon, and I just knew how much money I was making the people I was working for. So I just started. It took me like over 2 years of planning and wanting to do this business to the point where I figured out, how to get all my ducks in a row to get it done, get all my licensing and everything correct, fix my credit, a lot of stuff. And then I was able to start just this past month, basically. So that's why I just wanted to do something for myself. So I'm doing the job that I was always doing before, basically.
So you left FedEx.
Yeah, that was the last job I was at.
And you left them, or they got rid of you?
Well, I was living in Florida, working for FedEx. I had to move up here for family reasons. So when I moved back here, I did Amazon again for a little bit, and then Amazon was just like a temporary thing to get me started doing this.
How much working capital you got?
Working capital, I started this with about $5,000.
No, how much working capital do you have? How much working capital do you have? You don't know what working capital is.
Like liquid?
Like how much money do you have for your business to sustain right now?
None.
Take the truck back, bro. Take it back. You have absolutely no money.
Yeah.
So how are you going to pay next week's rental?
With money from loads.
Take the truck back, bro. What if you don't get any loads?
If I don't get any loads, I'm going to use credit.
Well, how much credit do you have?
About $40,000.
So you have $40,000 credit line, personal?
It's not a credit line. It's between different cards.
But you have no working capital liquid.
No, and I'm not like an idiot. I'm not just gonna keep using up $40,000 worth of credit until to make the business work. If at some point it's just clearly not working, then I'll cut my losses. But basically, I'm trying to just stay afloat until I get to these these minimums that these carriers want to be able to work with them, to know that I'm gonna be able to have steady loads. Like I'm up at 7 a.m. I think that load that I got 2 days ago, I was up at 7 on the load board and booked that one at 10. So that was just 3 hours straight of calling brokers.
You don't answer this question. Do you understand this business?
As much as you know, I feel like I understand it. I feel like I've gotten further than a lot of people that wanted to try it.
No. Do you understand this business?
I feel like I do.
I'm being seriously. Do you understand the business?
I feel like I do. Yeah.
I think you need some working capital. I mean, you're telling me you don't have any money. You're going to use credit. You're renting a truck. You don't understand the business based off the conversation that we're having. And rule number one is don't invest into something. Don't invest into things that you don't understand. The basic things you don't understand. And I'm not shitting on you. I'm just being honest with you.
No, I appreciate the
You're you're
honesty.
you're you're, you're banking on loads, and that's going to work against you because you have a new authority. You haven't done any research on your market. You're learning. I'm teaching you about your market right now. You thought 250 outbound loads on a load board was a lot, and that's nothing. You've invested into something that you don't understand,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
you
I'm
and
also
you
not married.
but that don't
Like,
mean
I'm
that
not
ain't got
married.
nothing. That listen,
No,
that
no,
ain't
I'm
got
talking
nothing
about
to
like,
do.
but no, I'm
What
talking
they ain't
about
got
I'm not
nothing.
married to the idea of sticking to the load board. I listen to your videos, so I understand that if that's not working, I'll switch up to final mile, curbside, things like that.
This what you need to do. You want my honest advice? Since you don't
Yeah,
want to take the truck back, you need to go over the road. It's either you gonna take the truck back or you gonna go over the road.
yeah. I mean that's a possibility.
I mean, you ain't got too many options. It's only a few
Yeah.
things you could do with a box truck. You got a crew,
No.
or is it just you? All right, so that just eliminates moving. That eliminates final mile, big and bulky. All right. Do you want to go over the road? You ready to come to Chicago and get some of these loads over this way?
I can't. It might be looking like that.
All right, you ready to stay out for about 45 days?
You said 45 days.
Yeah. You said you were trying to get this money, right? We
Yeah.
just doing the process of elimination right now so we can know where we at. You ready to come get this money?
I mean, if that's what I'm gonna have to do.
Can you be in
I mean,
Chicago? Can you be in Chicago Monday morning?
Monday morning, probably. Yeah. I actually have to. I mean, I'm
Dude,
probably gonna have to switch my. I'm gonna have to switch my rental because I know they have like a 2,500 mile cap on me right now.
oh man, you got a cap?
Yeah, but that's because I was planning to do
Oh,
regional,
oh my
so that was
god.
cool.
Why would you get a cap? A cap is capping your money. You can't cap. You ain't ready, bro. You ain't set up right. You ain't set up right, bro.
Yeah. I
Now
mean,
I
had
can
I
sit
known I was
here.
gonna
I
go
can
to
sit here
PR,
and pacify you if you want, but I don't do that. I'm not. I can't tell you. I mean, the process of elimination. You gotta cap on your miles. You don't want to go over the road. You live in Connecticut, in a small town in Connecticut. You want to do regional, but the opportunity that's going to put you in regional is going to take you. Seems like you were complaining about having to spend the night out that night. You weren't prepared for it, but I don't think you fully understand the difference between regional and local. Uh, you don't have a plan. My advice for you would be to take the truck back, cut your losses now, and study the business, and then re-enter when you have a full understanding of the business while it's still early. I'm not saying give up. I'm saying go back to the drawing board and fully understand what you're investing in. You don't even have capital. So you burn your credit up and it still don't work. Now you don't have nothing.
Yeah.
And you're definitely going to go through some of that credit. Why? Because you don't understand what you're investing in. Just the conversation that we're having right now, you have no idea. Now you could do what you want to do, but based off what you told me, you lost. And you're renting a truck and they're charging you every week. So using the process of elimination, there's only one or two other things you can do. And those opportunities are going to be just like those opportunities that you're looking for as far as going over the road. Like your authority isn't really aged like that.
Yeah.
And it's slow right now. This is the slow season. So, trying to weather the storm now is different from trying to weather the storm in June. or July.
Yeah.
So when I'm telling you to, you know, maybe cut the losses that you have now since it's not that much, and then maybe reconvene in a few months. That way they'll give you time to fully research and understand what you're getting into. They'll give your authority some time to age. They'll give you some time to, stack up some capital. And then you can try it again with a better understanding.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm just being honest with you, man.
No, I feel you. I mean, that's why I came on. I was looking to see if you had other options, and
I give you options. It's just you don't want. See, here's the thing: you're not open to doing what you need to do. When I ask you a question, you say it's a possibility. When you become into a business and you investing into a business, it's, man, whatever I need to do. Whatever you need to do to make the business work is what you got to do. It ain't no, it's a possibility. It's, man, if I say, man, can you be in Chicago Monday? You supposed to be like, man, if you going to put some money in my pocket and it's going to be worth my while, yeah, but then boom, it's a possibility. And then on top of that, you got a mileage cap.
Yeah.
So now with a mileage cap, that's, what can you, now you really can't run OTR even if you really wanted to. Now you looking at the miles every other 10 minutes.
Yeah. I have an account manager with Enterprise too that can get me a truck without a cap, but that's at a higher rate.
What are you paying right now?
Right now, $600 a week, 15 cents a mile.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
But they got a cap. They must got you in like a 2023 or 2024.
No, it's a 2020.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I think I need to switch companies anyway, or at least branches. This branch budget seems unprofessional. The day I went to pick up my truck, they gave my key to somebody else, so I started an hour late that day.
Well, I don't know, bro. Whatever you want to do, man. I pretty much, the answers that I would expect from you, you didn't give me. So I don't. You're 28. I don't know what your personal business is going, but I'm gonna tell you one thing: if you got personal things going on, and like in your life, family, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna keep it at 1,000 with you. Business don't care nothing about that, man.
Yeah, I know.
When you starting a business and you building it from nothing, majority of your time you got to give it to the business to get it off the ground. You got to be able to do whatever it takes. Wherever the business takes you, wherever the money is at, that's where you got to go. Unfortunately for you, you're not in a big market. But this is why you have to do the research prior to doing everything and then going to look for the work to realize that you live in a small market and there's no work in your market.
Mm-hmm.
All the way down to not even understanding that the number that you're looking at, that you thinking big is a big number, is really a small number. Because you're not even knowledgeable to the point to, well, let me take that number, let me compare it to some other states to even see that that's a small number.
No, I did. I mean, you could look at the dashboard right now.
But you're looking at now, but you wouldn't have told me that 250 was a lot of loads. It's not. That's nothing. You're not the only person out there looking at that board. What about the people that are what's your CPM? You said you knew it.
Yes, sir. 122. Yeah.
122?
Yes, sir.
What are you paying for insurance?
A month?
Yeah.
So right now with Progressive, I'm paying $1,800 a month, but that's without the physical. So I'm using Budget's physical, and that's like $700 a month. So puts me like $2,500 a month.
Bro, stop. Take the truck back. I don't even want to talk no more. I don't got no advice for you. Take the truck back. $2,500 a month?
Yeah.
That's too much, bro. Way too much. Double too much.
So I actually could leave it at 1,800 and not get the physical from budget, but obviously any damage is on me.
What do you have a broker?
Yeah. Yeah,
Who-
I
So so
probably I probably was on the phone with him for over a month before purchasing that
so
policy. Just back and
so
forth.
so so you got $1 million in general liability.
Yeah.
You have $1 million in commercial auto,
Yep.
and you have $100,000 in commercial cargo.
Yeah.
But yet you still have to get additional insurance from budget. Something's not. Listen,
Well, I can get the physical with Progressive. It just turned out to be a little bit more than budgets actually. So I don't.
here's
I mean, I
what
don't
I'm
know
here's
why
what I'm
that works
saying.
out.
Did your broker give you other options than just Progressive?
Yeah. Yeah. He did. He mixed and matched. Like my cargo is not from Progressive.
Who's your cargo with?
Um, Berkshire Hathaway, I think. Yeah.
How many points you got on your MVR?
None. I got like one red light ticket from like 3 years ago, but that doesn't even. He said that didn't change the policy.
2,500 is a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm keeping it a buck with you, bro. I mean, man, I'm trying to be like nice about it and stuff. I said I'm gonna be a nice person. It's Black History Month,
Yeah.
so
I appreciate it.
I mean, like, man, like it's so many things that you need to do over.
Mm-hmm.
I think you just did some stuff and you just did it because you knew that you needed to do it, but you just didn't do these things the right way. And it all starts back from the beginning. No research, no plan. How much money are you out? Because this week was a loss, right?
Well, yesterday was like the first day, so like technically I'm on pace. I just have to get a load for tomorrow. Like I'm looking at it like day by day, so I'm just trying to get a load for tomorrow.
What about the rest of the week? The earlier this week.
I mean,
Tomorrow's
I can only
Saturday.
book it really. Yeah.
What have you done this week? What have you done this week?
I did Connecticut to Maine. That was Thursday, and ended up
How
having
much
to
did that
stay
pay?
overnight. Huh?
How much did it pay?
That was 700 for, let me see, like 267 miles.
So far this week you made $700.
Yeah.
How much money did you spend in fuel?
Give me 1 second. I got it written down. It was over 300.
You said your truck rentals how much a week?
600.
And you said you're about 15 cents a mile?
Yep.
How many miles you driven this week? You know?
What was it? About 600. $643.
All right, so you said you're paying $2,500 a month for insurance.
Yep.
That's $625 right there this week. You got a log, anything like that?
ELD?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got motive.
How much you pay for that?
That's 85.
What about, you said you went to New Jersey this week, right? Or New York or whatever?
No, I didn't go there. That's just where that's
Where'd
like
you go
most of
this
the
week?
loads that are just Maine.
Did you have to pay any of those expensive tolls out that way?
Yeah, about $30 in tolls.
And you made $700.
Yeah.
So you about in the negative, and this is not including probably you got other expenses, but just the ones we talked about, you already in the red $700 for the week.
You're talking about for the week?
Yeah, I'm just doing this week because you only made 700. You ran one load this week. It was $700, right?
Yep.
You pay You pay $2,500 a month in insurance. So divide 2,500 by 4. That's $625. So pretty much the money you made covers your insurance for the week. So then everything else that is costing you, fixed and variable, you're paying out of pocket. I didn't even ask you how much. Did I ask you about how much fuel you spent? Oh, I did ask you. 300. I didn't even ask that.
370.
So then another 370. So let's say 625 for the insurance, 600 for the truck rental, another $100 for the mileage. Then you said 370 for fuel. That's 1,700. You got tolls. I could add another $30 and whatever else other costs you got. So right now I'm at 725. So right now you at about a negative 1,000 plus whatever other expenses you got. So you in the red $1,000, but I know it's plus for this week.
Yeah. I mean, I'm counting my week as starting on Wednesday because that's the day that I picked up the truck. So I have until Wednesday to get loads and make up the rest of that money.
Well, it's the weekend now.
Or at least, well, I'm going to work tomorrow, and then I'm working, obviously. I'm not going to work Sunday. I'm going to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
What's tomorrow's load paying?
The what?
What's tomorrow's load? What is it paying?
I'm trying to get a load right now. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, so you don't even have nothing booked?
No.
So what are you talking about you working tomorrow? I'm thinking you got something booked.
I'm definitely working tomorrow.
I mean, I like your positive. I like your positive attitude, but
we can get back. We can get back on the live tomorrow and see if I got a load.
It's 9:00. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna get this in the morning. I'm gonna be looking all night, but I'll probably get the load in the morning.
All right. I thought you had something booked.
No, it hasn't changed in hours over.
What are you looking at? What are you looking at? What's the load?
DAT.
No, I'm saying, what is it?
Like what are my parameters I'm searching?
Like, yeah, is it running from here to where is it running from there to there? What's the what's the weight?
There's nothing. There's
what's
nothing
the price? Right. So you're looking at nothing? So you're just looking at a screen.
Everything that's here is brokers I've already called, and it has.
But I thought you said you're looking at a load that you think you should get in the morning. I thought you was looking at one specific load.
No.
Did you just say you was looking at a load? No?
No, I just said I was looking at loads.
So you don't have nothing then?
I don't have nothing for tomorrow.
So that means you're not working tomorrow. You ain't working. You can't say you working tomorrow until you got something to work. So basically right now you ain't working tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
I'm thinking you already got something etched in stone. You ain't got no work. You gonna be off tomorrow unless you find something. But right now you off. So right now, you still at a loss.
Yeah.
Is the load factorable? Do you see it? Is it factorable? Is it a check right there? What factoring company you with?
RTS.
Look at the notes. See any notes?
As far as like specialties, like for the pickup and stuff. This one, only thing it says is 94-inch height, which that's exactly where I'm at. Another thing I ran into, this is definitely like a market analysis thing that I just didn't think of. I don't know. But a lot of things up here, a lot of these loads are going to and coming from airports, which I guess you need a TWIC card for.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the loads up here is that.
I like your willingness, your positive attitude.
I mean, I don't know how anybody could know everything about it, no matter how much you study it. I feel like I studied it a decent amount before starting,
Nah,
but I've
nah.
never, out of every like video I've seen, even from you, I've never seen anybody mention a twit card needed for to getting loads.
Here's
But I
the
guess that's
thing:
specific to the area, maybe.
you started a business without a plan. You out here flapping in the wind. Right now, you
I mean,
looking at it as you. Right now, you looking at it like a hustle. Somebody said in the chat the only thing you can get is Amazon, and you can't even get that.
yeah, yeah, not yet.
So
That's why, like, I'm not as concerned about, like, obviously, I'm not gonna be making buku bucks right now, but if I could stay afloat to get this MC aging and get on with more and more brokers, get to 6 months, then get on with Amazon.
what's your weekly cost?
Weekly costs. I mean, I have it down to the day,
What's your daily cost?
220 a day. That's the fixed cost.
What's your daily cost?
220 a
Period.
day.
Minus a very. So 220 a day.
Yeah.
On a rolling 7-day week.
6 days.
So you got it on a rolling 6-day week. All right. So check this out.
Yeah.
And you say your cost is how much?
122.
No. Your daily. You said your daily cost. You said
220.
something, right?
220. Yeah.
How'd you come up with that? Because I just off my head I see more.
Okay.
If you got it on a rolling.
Yeah, insurance 2,500, rental 600 a month. This is a month, and then I just keep dividing it. But 2,500 a month insurance, 600.
That's
or
$104. So that's 625. So if it's 2,500, that's 625 a week. So that's like 104 a day. So divided
Yeah.
by 4 is 625. Divided by 6. Yeah, 104. So if that's 104 and you're renting a truck for 600 a week, that's another 100 a day. That's 204 right there.
Yeah. We're talking just fixed costs right now, right?
Well, you kind of want to add everything in there. You want to have an estimate of everything.
Yeah. The ELD 85. That came up to $4 a day, a little under $4 a day. DAT 45 a month. So that's like $2 a day. I have a virtual office. That's like $5 a day.
Yeah, virtual office.
Yeah, came with a business phone number, business email.
How much is that a month?
110.
What was the purpose of that?
Business credit.
For business credit. Explain.
So like applying for either business credit cards or business loans, I can't put I could put my home address, but a lot of banks deny it. So, I mean, it's been working for me. I've got approved for every card I've applied for.
You said
And
banks
it just
deny
has
your
a
home
commercial.
address?
Huh?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
So if they search it, it shows a commercial building.
I know. I'm just trying to figure out why you're paying for it. I don't think you need it. I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah, it's not something that I'm going to keep long term.
What other bills you got?
NAV.
Which load board do you have? Which DAT load board? How much you pay for it?
Yeah, just the basic package.
You need
the DAT.
You need the most expensive one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I considered that. I mean, I started with the basic one to see if I was getting loads with it. Obviously, it's not looking great, but I mean, I don't know what benefit having a more expensive one would change.
More loads. Basic gets you basic results. Would you want a basic broad or you want a cold broad?
I feel you,
All right
but
then. So I mean, would you want a basic whip or do you want that fly shit?
I mean, I honestly didn't know that the more expensive packages had more loads. I thought they were just more like bells and whistles.
Well, bells and whistles.
Yeah.
If they got a tier based pricing system for loads, what did you think that you were going to get with the higher tiered packages?
It tells you right under the
Just
description what comes with it, and it doesn't say more loads.
you get access to more loads, man.
Okay.
They have to that's the point. You know, if a person spend $140, there's incentives behind that. The purpose of going on there is to find loads. So the incentive would be more options of loads.
Okay. I mean, I would think that's something that they put like number one right under that package. Like we have more loads under this package. It doesn't say that. It says things like we have market analysis. Like we show you what's going on in that market if you pay more. Everything but more loads.
What else you got, man? What else you paying for?
That's everything.
I think you need to start from the beginning, man. I don't think you need to run a truck that has a cap. That's one. Because I see
Yeah,
you
I can
having
change
to
that.
have. I see you having to go over the road,
Okay.
um, and just the cap is just going to limit you.
Yeah.
Your insurance is too high. I think your broker can. I mean, you are young, but I think 2,500 is that's a lot. I know
Yeah.
people that are in your age range that are paying less than that, unless it's something that you're not telling me.
No, I mean I don't have any accidents. I even with this broker that I'm working with, we've been working for over a month to lock in this policy, just like changing vehicles and whatnot. The only thing he told me at the end was like, let's do it again in a year, and I could reshop the price because typically, having that coverage for a year, um, will give you a better premium.
Yeah, but 2,500 is a lot, bro.
Yeah.
You spending 2,500 a month for the insurance. Just off the base of your rental, you're spending 24. That's not including the mileage. So depending on how many miles you go, just this week you're already at 100. So we can easily add another five, let's say on the minimum side, $500 to that. So at the minimum, you're going to be paying, let's say, $3,000 a month for the truck rental.
You're saying for the cost of just having the truck?
I mean, you're at 2,400 right now base.
Yeah.
600 a week, that's 24. 15 cents a mile. You said you already went 300 and some miles, whatever, this week, and you ain't even did nothing. You spent $100 in miles. With the miles that you said you went times 15 cents, you said 300 and how many miles?
No, I went 600.
You went 600 miles?
Yeah,
600 and what?
680.
You went 680 miles. 600. Well, let me see. 680 times 15 cents. That's $102 right there. So you went 680 miles. You ain't even did nothing.
Yeah.
So imagine you doing something. So you can easily. So your truck rental is going to be $3,000 plus 2,500. So you're looking at $6,000 right there. And you a week down. Did you add these numbers up prior to going in? Did you look at it like that? Or now that I'm telling you, you looking at it now? Did you realize you was gonna be spending $6,000 a month just on the rental and the insurance?
Yeah, I did, and I figured I can make that just that much too.
Based
Like
off
I
what
know this not,
research?
huh?
Based off what information?
Based off of calculating my cost per mile I mean basically an estimate of how much I'm gonna run throughout the week if I just keep booking loads. I know that that's not a given. Like there's gonna be
It's
days I
not
don't
a
get a
it's
load,
not,
maybe.
it's not a given. You see that now that you're out here.
Yeah.
So now with the information, just our conversation, because I really not, I like the only thing I could tell you to really help you is to take the truck back and start over again, fresh. I think you need a fresh start. I think you need to start the correct way. You don't even have any working capital. And this is your personal credit.
No, half of it's business credit. The majority of it's business credit.
So 20,000 is business credit?
Yeah.
That's a month and a half, 2 months maybe. And the reason why I'm telling you not to risk that is because you don't have an idea what you're doing. You have no clue. You're already using that credit. You're using that credit now, right?
Yeah.
You're using the credit already. That $20,000 ain't nothing. That can go just like that.
Yeah.
So then what?
I mean, I'm not gonna run through all of it just trying to make this work. You know, if it gets to that point, then I'll switch up, do what I have to do. Um, you know, I mean, obviously the
Man,
options you gave me, like I'm gonna look into both of them. I mean, probably not giving the truck back. I'll make it work.
you need to get a truck back one way or another. You got a cap
Oh,
on
just to
it.
get rid of the cap. Yeah, yeah. You're right.
I mean, there's a possibility you could go over. I mean, 25 to 3,000 miles is about the average. So, but you don't want to go over either.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't. I mean, I'm keeping it a buck. You just don't. Just based off the conversation, you don't seem like you gonna drive 2,500 miles.
you said I'm not gonna drive that
I,
much.
I I don't I don't think it's in you, man.
Well, I mean, if I decide to go OTR, it's gonna be like an all-in thing. It's not gonna be like half in, half out.
I
I
think
just have
that's
to
what
make
you
that
need.
decision.
Based on your situation, I think that's what you need to do. But you don't want to do it. Based on the conversation right now, I'm just filling you out. I'm just having a conversation. I'm just kicking it with you right now. I really told you what I told you is that's the information that I have for you. Like I can't give you anything because you don't even know what the hell you're doing. You don't even have a clue. You don't, bro. I'm keeping it a buck with you. I think you need to take the truck back, go back to the drawing board. I'm not saying quit. I'm saying start over fresh maybe in a couple months. After you've created a plan, you've educated yourself on this business, you have a better idea of what you're investing into. Because right now you don't know. I think you need to fully understand what this business entails and the sacrifices that come along with it. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You press something and then the sound went out. Let me see something. Let me see if I can help this guy out real quick. What'd you press? You press something and then there you go. I hear you now.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
All right.
You said New York is about an hour and a half, right?
Yeah.
That's a long way, man. And Brooklyn's about an hour and a half away.
Yep.
See. Yeah, man. You really need to be in New York. I can point you into some directions in New York, but you need to be in New York.
All right. You're saying like
Because
OTR in New York, just like staying there?
no, I can some local work in New York, but you talking about 3 hours drive time round trip, or maybe more with traffic. You're going into New York and then you're leaving out of New York, and then you have to account for the time it takes you to do the route.
Yeah. I mean, depending on the time of day that you're leaving, that's a completely different time. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I think you should start fresh, bro. I think there's a lot of things that you missed that you should have, tackled prior to going out and spending the money and investing into renting a truck and all that stuff. All this information that we're talking about, these different things that I'm hitting you with, these are things that you should have known before you went out and spent the money. You should know that you're in a market that has nothing to offer. So therefore, okay, now I need to go find a market so that when I do get the truck, I know exactly where I need to go to because my market has nothing for me. You went out and spent the money and now you're pulling your hair out, going to find work, going to find opportunity when you should have done this research prior. And now it's costing you. See, this stuff that I'm talking about right now, like your market analysis, understand your market and all that stuff, you did all this for free.
Mm-hmm.
But it's costing you right now, $1,000, whatever it costs. This is costing you right now. This is not something that required a truck. It's just like if I want to come open a restaurant, let's say a soul food restaurant. And what town do you live in again?
Waterbury.
What's the demographic out there?
Mostly black, Hispanic.
Mostly black and Hispanic, right? What's a white town out there? Where do white people live at?
Like Southington, probably like 30
Southington.
minutes
All right,
away.
fine. Let's say I came from Chicago to Southington, Connecticut to open a soul food restaurant in a predominantly white town.
Yeah, that
Probably
would be
wouldn't.
bad analysis.
Right. So if I just came and I just did it blind and just opened it, and then I'm sitting there every day, I got my apron on, I got my mama's black eyed pea recipe, the crowder peas, I got the greens and the macaroni and the sweet potatoes and the southern dressing, not that shit that you get off the shelf. This is hot water cornbread dressing made from scratch, the homemade shit. And ain't getting no customers. Because that market doesn't call for that type of food.
Yeah.
I didn't do the research. I invested my money in opening up this nice southern kitchen to cater to a southern clientele in a town predominantly with people who want to go to Raising Cane's or whatever that shit's called, Raising Cane's and Chick-fil-A. They don't want no greens. You get what you get where I'm going with this?
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
So you know what I would have to do? I would have to cut my losses.
Yeah.
Hold myself accountable. Go back to the drawing board. Because I didn't plan correctly. I didn't have a plan at all. I just did some shit because for whatever reason, I just did some shit. That's you right now. And you don't have any working capital. You're surviving off credit with a hope and a prayer. And that's just not a good way to enter into a business. Especially right now. Like, you just got a lot of shit working against you. It's bad timing.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds like I'm beating you up, but I'm being honest, man. Like, I want to hit you with something optimistic, but I just think you just poor planning, man.
No, you're good. I knew what it was coming on the show.
Well, if you knew what it was, what you just thought I was going to, there you go again. You was hoping that I was going to tell you something good, and it's just not nothing good to really tell you because you did everything. You just didn't do everything. You didn't do things the right way. And the way you start is the way you finish. What's your long-term goals?
The long-term goal was to start a dispatch company.
Why you just start a dispatch company?
Because I didn't know the market of owner operators and drivers. Like, I didn't feel comfortable just jumping into that.
So you understood that in order for you to fully understand dispatching, you wanted to understand from what it was like from the driver's perspective, from being in the field, so that you could be a better dispatcher.
Yeah.
Right? So you thought that far ahead, right? For that. Why didn't you do the same thing for what you're doing right now?
I thought I did.
No, bro. So you got like a couple options. One, you can go to New York, run local routes there. I think New York is kind of far. An hour and a half could easily be 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of out of the question. The other option is you could go OTR, which you saying you don't want to do.
I can do that.
Because earlier you said it's a possibility.
Yeah.
So I think you should probably go OTR, man. If you really want to save your business, then you gotta go where the money is at. You gotta make the sacrifices. You're in a market that doesn't have anything available for you. You should have known that prior to going and investing. Your only option really is OTR, to be honest with you. New York is close, but it's close, but it's far. It's close, but it's too far for what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And I know you want to stay local, but I don't think it's an option for you right now. Especially in your financial situation, too. Like, the last thing on your mind should be home. You need the money. You need the money, fam. Because you need the working capital. You use credit as an emergency. You don't run your business off of credit. Credit is for emergencies. Or use it and then pay it off to build it up. It's not to, you don't use your credit to run your business. So you apply for business credit just so you can start the business.
Yeah.
Nah, man. No,
That and he was like, you getting these? She goes, she was getting these movies.
no,
Or you just like don't
that's not the right way, man. I don't know who taught you that,
you know,
or if that's something you figured on your own. That's just not what you do.
talk, just like walk away and
Yeah.
go to the mean thing. But she
So
doesn't.
so here, now that just gives you one option now,
But that
but two options still. It's either you gonna run OTR or you gonna turn the truck in and start fresh in a couple months.
from Crosby, but not as bad.
And if you decide to go OTR, you need to go OTR, bro.
Crosby, she'll do that, but she'll do it in practice. So not really. She'll just like walk away. She'll
Like you shouldn't even be thinking about coming home
face. Like she doesn't always.
because you need the money.
Yeah.
He said that he was like, I don't think so.
You got kids, family,
No. Yeah.
He's like,
married,
No.
single,
Yep.
no significant other, nothing.
Nope.
So what's holding you back?
Sick family.
Are you the sole, caretaker?
No.
So let me ask you this, and I'm just being general. I don't want to get into your business. If you got sick family, why start a business when you relocated from Florida to come take care of your sick family? Why would you start this business at the same time?
That was poor planning. But I mean, I had started it. It was already in progress before knowing that I was going to be coming here. Everything was
hear you.
already in progress.
And this is why I'm being gentle with you, because you said this earlier. So I'm a nice guy. I'm trying to hold you accountable and be, mindful. I don't want to get into your business, but I remember you mentioned that earlier. If you got a sick family and you relocated from Florida back up north, then it must be serious.
Yeah.
And if that's going to require your time, then you're not going to have the time to start a business, especially a business like this. This business is very demanding, especially at the beginning.
Yeah.
So right now you have to make a decision, young man. 28 years old, and to me it's an easy decision. To you it may not be so easy. But you got to make a decision. The business, and I'm saying this as gentle as possible, has no feelings.
Yeah, I understand that.
The business just wants to make money. It doesn't care about anything else but making money. But if you have something else that's pressing, that's requiring your time as well, and it must be serious, like I said, I'm reiterating it, for you to relocate from Florida back up to Connecticut, then that seems that's where your priority should be. I don't know what the situation is. I don't want to know. But just based off what you told me, it seems like that's where your priority should lie. Because something is going to get neglected.
Yeah.
And it sounds like the family situation requires you, otherwise you wouldn't have relocated. And I could tell you about the business. It's going to require a lot of your time. Okay, so you got a decision to make. I'm spending time with you because it seemed like you just need somebody to talk to and help you make the decisions that you probably are pondering, but you just need the proper guidance. So the decision is ultimately up to you. But I don't know who.
No,
You said what?
kind of like options I wasn't fully thinking about. So, and
I didn't say
things I hadn't thought about.
You froze up.
the
What, say that again. You froze up. Say that again.
I said, yeah, no, I said that was, I appreciate it because you put things into perspective for me, and obviously brought to my attention things I hadn't thought about in the beginning. That definitely would have saved me trouble.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm I'm gonna put myself in your situation. I don't know who it is, but let's say, my mother is near and dear to me. I don't give a fuck what going on. If something, if she needed me there, everything else can wait. I don't care about it.
Yeah.
Money, business, nothing. I only get one mom. So when it comes down to, health and things of that nature, to me it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Because I understand, and this is coming from the mindset of a person who understands what this business entails. It's greedy with my time. It's going to be greedy with your time. Something is going to get neglected. You want to put yourself in a situation where you're running, making money, but you're close to home, and your situation, your market just doesn't allow it. You're in a tough spot as far as your market. Now, if you were in another market, California, Texas, the Midwest, but you're in a tough spot. So now I can give you another idea. Okay. If I were you, you want to make some money, right? You want to stay close to home. This is what I would do if I were you, based on your situation. I would take that 26 foot back because there's too many regulations for what you want to do. Like, you got a special situation. I would go rent a cargo van. I would get my butt up and I would drive to New York. It's an opportunity in New York. I would hustle all day in New York. You're an hour and a half away. So if you get a call and you need to stop what you're doing, you can do it.
True.
You can go.
Okay.
I think something that's dedicated for you based off of your family situation, as far as that health situation, I think you need to put yourself in a situation where you're doing something that at any given time you can go. I don't think you should put yourself in something that's dedicated. I would get out of that 26 footer. I go get a cargo van and I just go to New York and I just gig it. Make you a couple $100. Go home. So now you're killing two birds with one stone. You're still earning income, right?
Yeah.
You could travel into New York. You could travel out of New York. You're not under the regulations that you would be with the box truck. You're staying in that area. So if you get that call, you can go. Versus if you have a load, you could get a call and still have to complete the task. With that stuff you're doing, you're just picking up and drop. So even if you're in the middle of a drop, once you drop, you can hit the highway and head back to Connecticut.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Does that seem like a better plan for your situation?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't expect that. Yeah. But it's definitely possible.
No, it's not possible. It's what it is. I'm giving you the play based on your situation. I didn't leave you hanging. I'm telling you what you could do to still make money. Now you're not paying $2,500 a month in insurance for a rental truck. It's ludicrous. You following me, man?
Yeah.
You seem lost.
No, I hear you.
So what were you gonna do before I let you go? Because I got other people.
Honestly, I'll probably write out all three of those plans that you just told me. I mean, I'll consider restarting if that's what I need to do. I mean, you gave me three solid alternatives. So I'm just gonna weigh them out. I can't say that I know for sure based off of this, like which one, but there's just more thinking behind it that I'm gonna consider.
I just told you which one you should do. Listen, the box truck business is going to demand your time, man. I don't know how much more specific I can get. If you want to build it, you want to scale it, it's going to take your time.
Yeah.
Majority of your time. I don't feel like you understand. You give me this blank stare, man. I'm trying to tell you what to do. I'm giving you the play. You hung up on something that is not, I don't think is for you right now, based off how you entered it and your personal situation. You there, man?
Yeah.
I'm you giving me this blank stare. I don't say something.
I mean, I got you. Like,
Man, y'all 28-year-olds. Y'all, man, y'all a trip, man. Y'all a trip, man.
I don't think I could tell you for sure.
I'm giving you the play. I'm giving you the play. You do what you want to do. I'm giving you the play based off of everything. I spent a lot of time with you to understand your situation.
Yeah.
You relocated up from down south up north to take care of somebody, right?
Yeah.
So they require your time, right?
Some of it.
If you could put it in a percentage, how much?
Less than half. I mean, that's kind of what makes it hard to figure
25, 30%?
Yeah, maybe like 30. But that's what makes it hard to figure out what I'm capable of doing outside of that.
But you said you wanted to stay regional and local so you could be close to home.